Thank you very much. We'll move on to item number 3, public comments for items not on the agenda. Individuals will be allowed 3 minutes. It is the council's policy to refer matters raised in this forum to staff for investigation and or action where appropriate. The Brown Act prohibits the council from discussing or acting upon any matter not agendized pursuant to state law. And with go ahead and City Clerk, I'll turn it over to you, please.
Yes, first we have Bo Smith. One moment, I'm having trouble unmuting Mr. Smith.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. So I just wanted to start out at first we're just thanking the mayor and the council for showing up, and Rico and Rico Medina and Marty Medina and Linda Mason showing up for the community cleanup. And then I know even Tom got into the spirit of it, cleaning up on his own because he wasn't able to make it. And I just want to really let you all know that I very much appreciate that for showing the support. And it's making a difference and the community's getting inspired. There's a lot of people to thank, but I have 3 minutes here. I mean, the American Legion got involved. The Sikh community came out and served us food. The San Bruno Park School District, there's a particular teacher that invited the whole Parkside leadership students, the 7th and 8th grade students, to join for credit on their third quarter leadership checklist. And of course, there's a Highlands Christian School students who turned out last month and this month again. And then Recology for setting up the dumpster. The Public Works Department, the Lions Club gave us pickers. The San Bruno Community Tool Library is holding those pickers for us. The Cappuccino Environmental Club came out again. And of course, the supervisor, David Canapia. I have a hard time saying that. But I'm so glad that he came out to show support. So I have 1 minute and 36 seconds left. I have to say, there's really been no movement on the Caltrain or Caltrans doing anything on the on-ramps and off-ramps and the freeways. And it's really sad. The amount of apathy that seems to be set in among our leaders where this garbage has just become the norm is really disappointing. And I know that the council has been in work and talks with Caltrans trying to do something about that, but they're not moving. And, any kind of excuse of around the amount of garbage that's on the road is just, to me, it's unconscionable, not to have any movement. To let it just sit there and let us drive by that squalor day after day after day. And the message we're giving our children is we don't really care. That it doesn't really matter to have a clean environment, but it does matter. And it's kind of like a pain in the neck you don't know you have until it's gone. And that's what's happened. It's sort of built up so slowly over such a long period of time. We don't even see it. You don't even see the mental effect that it has on us. So I'm out of time, and I wish you would all talk to each other and reach out to each other and communicate to our officials. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Tim O'Brien or Raina. It could be either one. One moment.
Actually, it's Raina. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak tonight. I actually was going to say just what Bo has said. There is something we need to do because that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Our city is we're getting trash from every angle, every neighborhood. It is unacceptable. We basically have to to do something. As a resident, it's, it is so sad to see that people don't even think that, or they think it's okay to dump all this trash on our cities, on our neighborhood, and our children, like Bo said, our children, the next generation. What are we saying? What is the message we are sending to them? But that's one point. I also want to praise everyone, including the young children that were ready to pick up trash. So yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it's incredible how the community came together to make this event, another event, a success. So thank you so much, and looking forward to a better clean and better clean San Bruno. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Stephen Seymour or Sandra Perez Vargas.
Hello, it's me, and then after myself, Sandra will speak too.
Okay.
So, Bo and Reina said a lot, and both thanked a lot of people. I had a whole lot of people to thank some of them, but I'm going to go ahead and, so I'll reach out to some others. We had 80 plus people show up. We had more than 75 sign in, but there were a lot of children, I think, that didn't sign in, a lot of students. I really want to thank Sean Quinn and Tim O'Brien, and I want to thank Andy Jones and Riley Gibbons and Lizzie Brown and Marty Medina, because there were 3 pickup trucks that were driving on the route on Saturday, and these 3 pickup trucks were the ones that were able to take the stuff that was on the streets and the bags that were filled by the people that were out there and move them over to Bel Air, where Recology had staged a dumpster. And, I thought a dumpster would be enough, but we filled that dumpster. We could have filled nearly 3 dumpsters on Saturday worth of stuff that was picked up off of our streets. And I think that really points to the problem that Bo was talking about, which is, in many ways, we've just become numb to this. Some of us have become numb to this, but those who live in these neighborhoods where this trash collects, we're not. I'm very happy that there's a subcommittee and that Councilmember Hamilton and Medina are on it. And I know they're working hard and speaking to a lot of people for us to find a way that the community and the city can work together. I do want to correct one thing that Bo said. Tom Hamilton was there that day. Bo was working hard. We were all working hard, so some of us might have missed each other. But Mr. Canepa came out, Supervisor Canepa, and presented a commendation to the city, or not to the city, to the community. We had others that were out there. We had students from St. Robert. Some of them have already reached out to me to get their volunteer hours. And the teacher that Bo mentioned was Shauna Marie, who had students from her class come. We had a videographer there working on a PSA that hopefully maybe can be used by the city. We also had a radio station out there, Yusette Salazar. Today I was walking and I saw a banner in Pacifica and it acknowledged our essential workers. I'm hoping that maybe we can do something like that in San Bruno. I want to also acknowledge that our mayor, Rico Medina, is now on the Transit Authority, and we're really hoping that relationship that you have there will help to clean up some of these lots, like the Caltrans lot that we cleaned on Saturday. The next cleanup will be March 20th. We're still determining where we'll go. And I really hope that more people get involved. In fact, many have. These cleanups are happening on their own throughout the city and neighborhoods, not even on the days that we schedule them. And I think the community is doing a good job, and collectively we can do better. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we'll hold on the line for our next speaker.
Hi, it's Sandra Perez Vargas. People have been talking about going numb. I mean, just seeing all this garbage over the years. I'm not numb. It stings every single time I step out of my house. It's just a personal, it's offensive to me that we have allowed our city decline to the point where it's hard to play catch up, and that I don't know what kind of action could have or should have been taken against Caltrain and BART, but the fact that this has been allowed to go so long, and COVID comes along and it's now, well, this is a COVID problem, but it's really not. This is a management problem. It's not a COVID problem. This should never have been allowed to get to where it's at. But I am inspired. The other day I was driving by Caltrains and I see this gentleman walking with a picker, a dog, and a bucket. So I, came right back and I introduced myself. And this is a guy who was unemployed. And he says he was super inspired for the last cleanup. And he said he's not going to wait, for a group. So while he's out there walking, looking for work, he's out there cleaning up. And I did want to suggest something, like we see a lot of carts. A lot of this stuff is getting hauled around with carts from the grocery stores. Maybe we should request any business in San Bruno should have locks on the carts of the wheels, so they can't just wheel them off their lots, where they lock in place once they get like so many feet outside of their territory. And we should really be encouraging all our residents to stop using all the coffee cups when you go to, like, say, Starbucks or all these other places where disposable. Let's encourage them to reuse their own, take them home, wash them. And then we also have oh my gosh, his name is slipping, Gus Sinks, who also has jumped into this cleaning on his own. He's been putting on the Bruno Now page how much he's been cleaning up, masks, gloves. So kudos to him. And a great suggestion that somebody brought, when you're throwing masks away, before you toss them, clip them. Just clip the bands. Animals are getting caught up in those, and that's not good for them. That's just not good for us. And just a huge shout out to Dave Canaba, our supervisor. I mean, it's always great to see him, but it's embarrassing that he has to come out because our city's filthy. But you know what? It was awesome to see him not just show up and give us like a letter acknowledging our efforts. He stayed and he worked, and he was there with his son, and he picked the litter away. So that's always great. I really appreciate the boots on the ground effort. Thanks again to to everybody, and especially huge shout out to our new partnership with the Sea community. They provided a free meal for all our volunteers, vegan, delicious. So see you at the next cleanup. I'm out of time.
Thank you for your comments. Now we have our last speaker, please.
Nancy Foreman.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
All right. I got two quick things. First of all, Melissa, I want to give you a big shout out and a thank you. You're doing such an excellent job at facilitating all these meetings. I really appreciate it. And second of all, I'd like to see if the council would consider a section of their meetings reserved to answer some of the questions that are asked during public comment. That's it.
Thank you.
Nancy, I almost didn't move my finger fast enough, but thank you for your comments. You caught me off guard. Thank you, everybody, for your comments this evening.